Crit status active. Orbital status standby.
What is up, Guardians? This is a show we call Cosmodrome Radio, broadcasting on all frequencies throughout the known galaxy, all the way from here to Nessus. We are killing it, talking about our favorite game, Destiny 2, and all the good things with it. Don't forget that you can follow this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Audible, all those great places. You can follow this show and enjoy the entertainment that we have to offer. If you are here from TikTok, welcome. If you are here from Twitter, welcome. We enjoy that y'all check us out on these platforms. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. That way you get updates of all the brand new episodes. And make sure that you check us out on whatever platform that you enjoy. You even can rate. You can rate the show on Spotify. Rate it. You can review us on Apple Podcast. So make sure that you do that, because that way people can find us better. We are going to be doing some cool things soon where we open up our Discord for people, so get ready for that. And just be hyped, because like the game is thriving right now. Like all the news we have to talk about is going to be insane. And like we had a specific plan for this week, and then Bungie just said, "Fuck that."
Here's some information you're going to need for next season.
Right, like it's just all that good shit. And the thing is, like after last season where we just didn't hear anything about Solar 3.0, I was just kind of like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about it. And then they just go, here's all the shit from Arc 3.0. And I'm like, oh, thanks. So that's fun. So that was the cool thing we got yesterday, was like an inside look at Arc 3.0. Oh, what am I doing? My name is Pan of the Paladin. We have the crew of two Titans in a Hunter being hooligans up against this motherfucker. Toll, how you doing?
I'm a Warlock in training now.
Oh my god.
So
I don't know. You still a Titan in training after the vow disciple today.
Hey. No, I'm not. I'm the best Thundercrash Titan this side of the Dreadnought.
The Dreadnought's not even here. We don't even know if we're getting the Dreadnought back. Like, you need to calm down.
The Dreadnought's still there.
That's fair. The Dreadnought is still at Saturn. We just haven't gone to it.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there.
And then we got the best hunter we know, the coolest wearer of Mask of Bacchus besides Atrax, because it's literally Atrax's face. Prismatic, how you doing?
I'm all right. Just another Thursday. Can't wait for it to be Friday, because then the weekend.
Right. How do you enjoy wearing somebody else's face?
I mean, it's been a while since I've worn it, but yeah. Why?
You said it was your favorite exotic.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I haven't found anything else that quite tickles my fancy like it does, but
that's valid.
It gets me out of sticky situations in Crucible, which was what I needed it for.
Understandable.
Back in the day when I was actually in Crucible.
You need to get back into Crucible. You are a savage. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, hopefully these Arc 3.0 changes got you excited, because I think you got everything you were looking for if we compare notes from the last couple episodes.
Everybody's eating this update. Everybody's got something to look forward to.
I'll be honest. I think everybody's eating good besides Warlocks. Like, everyone else got what they wanted, and then Warlocks just got like one thing. Like, yeah, they got a couple boosts, and then it was like, cool, you have a cool electro ball teleport thing. That's all you really get. Like,
you Warlocks have been eating since Void 3.0. Like,
okay, that's fair. It's fair. Yeah, y'all be eating good for a minute. So
it's time for Titans to get something.
Titans are eating good
because we got. I don't know what Bungie was on, but I would like some of it, because they were like, it would be a good idea, bringing Juggernaut back. And I'm just sitting here like, who thought that was a great idea? Because I love them.
Yeah, I'm just hyped, bro. Like the amount, like I'm like thinking over here, Juggernaut plus Antaeus Wards, bro. Like it's so good. And the thing about it is, we're not gonna like recap the entire Arc 3.0 article, because every content creator's made it like a video about that already. So like, support your favorite content creators. Check out like the TWAB if you haven't read the TWAB yet, and like check out the Arc 3.0 article. But like, we're just like talk about some of our favorite things. Like Prismatic, how you feeling? How you feel about R 3.0? Did you get what you wanted? Are you happy?
I mean, yeah, technically speaking, I got everything that I asked for in the other podcast that we did talking about this. We got a brand new super. We're getting, they combined all the pole dancing into one. I'm very excited to see this new
Pole dancing.
Fanatic super, as fingers crossed that it actually does a thing and doesn't just flop. But
You're not the only one that's called it the Fnatic Super. Like, what you mean by
that?
It's the way that Bungie described it.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just it says that you launch your pole and slam it into the ground, and it has a big AOE, right? Well, that's like Fickroll from the Strike, from Forsaken. You know, that thing that New Lights will have no idea about. When he slams his staff into the ground, and it creates that big arc area of attack around him. You know, the big bubble that you want to get out of.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like, based on the way that they described
kinda,
it.
yeah.
So
that's logical.
Fnatic Super for when my brain can't remember Fickroll.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if they go on to if they do the Sever missions from the season, they kind of get to see it, or do Shadowkeep.
Well, I mean, they'll see if they played the missions, they'll be like, okay, who is this Scorn and why is he calling Crow daddy? Like, what's happening here?
He calls him father.
Potato.
You call him daddy.
No.
Damn. You just got called out on live air. That was great.
Why is everybody just... I hate that word so much.
Why do you hate daddy?
Daddy for me is on the...
Daddy, I love you.
Kids are innocent. Kids are precious. It's fine when it's a child. When it's adults, daddy and mommy both, I'm good.
I mean, hey, we ain't gonna kink shame on this podcast.
Oh no!
So like,
I will never yuck somebody else's yum. But if you ever look at me and we're like, "Oh, mommy," I'd be like, "Oh no,"
which is valid.
We could take that.
So from there, like in terms of the hype, I feel like the hype is real. Very much in terms of for Titans. The one thing that I'm nervous about in terms of for Titans is in the article they say they put the Fists of Havoc, that while they did boost the AoE, they said they put it somewhere between top tree and bottom tree in terms of like length and power. And I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Like, they both suck. Like, what do you mean, Bungie? Like, that's my biggest concern is like both of them are actually kind of ass. So if you're gonna boost it, just boost it now. And like I remember Frostbolt put out a video about it, and I commented it before. We were all afraid they were gonna nerf Thundercrash. They're like, nah, we ain't gonna mess with it, and like maybe you can boost it with some of the echoes or fragments or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that sounds dope. But like, can we boost Fists of Havoc though?
As long as I can still be the ammo, I am okay.
Be the ammo. I need Fists of Havoc. Like, if it gets to the point where we have to boost Fists of Havoc like mid-season the way we had to boost Burning Ball, that's gonna get frustrating. Like, that really is a frustrating situation where all I'm asking for is for you to buff this, and you just refuse to do it. Like, and the thing about it is, I'm not saying buff it across the board. I'm saying buff it in PvE, because like I'll even post a video on the Cosmodrome Radio Twitter where I literally, me and Prismatic did a Sever mission for Gaul where I popped it and just hit the R1 multiple times, the light attack multiple times on Gaul, and it did nothing. It did barely any damage. And it was just so appalling as to how come other roaming supers can do so much damage to bosses. And someone can make the argument of, well, not every roaming super can do that much damage, but if I like you can at least use like hammers in high-end PvE like in a GM, or you can use like, hopefully we can use Arc Staff now in high-end PvE, or we can use Nova Warp in certain situations. Or Dawnblade even, but for some reason, Fists of Havoc has been neglected in PvE since it came out. Like since they fixed it, it wasn't just a slam in D1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Fist of Havoc needs some loving, but I need to get my hands on it when Arc 3.0 comes out to be like, yeah, no, this needs to be fixed, or yeah, no, it's fine. Like right now, this is all speculation, just because we don't know the damage numbers yet. We don't know what Bungie did to it.
Right. I'm concerned. But if any at the very least, it looks promising. I feel like, and I even made a TikTok about it. I got like a bunch of backlash from like Warlock mains who actually it was like it was just a lot of people. They were saying like, oh, like Warlocks needed to get hit and Warlocks didn't need much. I'm like, nah, Warlocks kind of got cheated with
To
this.
quote Sticky,
Like, they got a cool melee, they got a cool movement ability, but they didn't say anything about buffing Chaos Reach back to where it was. They didn't say nothing about fixing friggin' their boots, the Chaos Reach boots. They didn't say anything about that. They didn't say it. Like they're merging Tickle Fingers into one super, which that's kind of cool because Landfall and Blink kind of needed to come together and make something happen.
but like to quote Sticky on this, you learned a lot of people who didn't know how to play their class.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that are complaining about things. Like I even had somebody who was complaining about the new Hunter super, saying that all we got was a synaptic spear, and I'm like,
Perfect.
why are you complaining? You haven't even seen it in action, and it's a new super for hunters. Like
You guys got exactly what you wanted. Like it's not Blade Dancer, which, if we're being honest, is just Spectral Blades now.
right, and you got Blink back out of it. They didn't just say no, you don't get a new super or nothing like they do with Warlocks. They said no, you're getting a new super, you're getting Blink back. They're letting you get the things that matter that everybody wanted. Like it's literally like a kid on their birthday getting like freaking Christmas Story, getting the Red Ryder BB gun and then being upset like that they got the Red Ryder BB gun. Like what? Like why are you doing this? So I'm concerned. But I'm very optimistic. I'm very excited, but I'm concerned about the potential of what's going on. I don't know how y'all are feeling over the board.
Any thoughts, Prismatic?
One moment, you can do your answer first, Toll. I'm being asked to help look for something.
Okay.
It's all good. So, my opinion, I think Arc 3, they're trying to go for the way Bungie's trying to develop it is they're trying to develop one class or one subclass for every class of Guardian that they can like run and feel powerful in. For Titans, I'm gonna go with its Arc. Hunters, I think it's either Void or Solar, and same with for Warlocks. It's a toss up between the two, but it's like I think they really wanted to go all out for Titans with Arc 3.0 just because of how they want them to be the big tanky class that just beats everybody up.
Okay. I see. My issue with it is that like when it comes to the Titan aspect specifically, all their like it really feels like they focused really hard on the PvP aspect without caring about the PvE side of it. That's what seems to be going on across the board. And like they didn't even mention anything about fixing Blight Ranger for hunters. They didn't talk about like these are logical complaints. Like I'm saying, yo, be excited about new supers, be excited about new abilities, but let's talk about the real sandbox issue here. Like where's the talk about fixing Eternal Warrior that way it doesn't just trigger on super and it doesn't like qualify as just a really bad PvP exotic? What's gonna happen with freaking Insurmountable Skullfort with the new Titan melee, which I'm excited about. That thing sounds awesome. But how is that gonna work where it's supposed to give you 2 of the melee if it's a charged melee? So like there's just these couple things that are going on that there isn't a lot of information for, and it feels like there should be more explanation about the exotic specifically because Blight Ranger's been broken since it came out. They still haven't fixed it. So hunters, they might be having some issues in regards to that exotic. It might not even get used. So
yeah,
I will
it just
say
feels
that
like there's only a handful of Arc exotics that actually work, and
right.
it feels like they just like Bungie's more. I can get where some people are coming from, where it feels like Bungie's kind of just like, here you go. We're done with subclass reworks. We could take a break. And it's just like, I mean, you could fix up a lot of the old exotics and actually make them
Yeah.
relevant. Because it feels like I'm only running a handful of exotics now.
Honestly.
Like, I'm straight up only running, like, just in general, I'm only running Lorelei because fuck it.
Like,
What else would I run?
Like, there was so much potential with Solar 3.0 to fix Hallowfire Heart and make Hallowfire Heart a really meta exotic by trying to give it, like, say, oh, it gives you double the ability regen from Sol Invictus or something of that nature. Like, actually try to make it something that is relevant. But instead, they just didn't really take it to the highest level. So that's why I'm concerned about some of these exotics where they just didn't put the hustle in and are just trying to meet certain criteria across the board.
And who knows? Maybe they might buff stuff up midway through the season like they did with Solar. I hope they do.
But like, should that be what we do? Is just buff like things midway through? Because like, what there is said to be playtesting done. Why aren't we examining like everything with the play testing and testing the potential and testing them in raids and in PvE? Like, that's what the play testing team to me should be, is how does this perform in high-end content? How does this perform in contest mode, in GM like situations, in a master raid? Like that should be where your playtesting team does most of their work. What combinations can we do? What different things go on? Like that, like, there is no reason why Hallowfire Heart shouldn't be the main choice for Solar 3.0 over Heart of Inmost Light for ability regen. There should be no reason why Lorelei is the only thing that like Titans use. Because if anything, you should have done something similar to Lorelei, what you did with Phoenix Cradle, and made Phoenix Cradle more beneficial to Titans. Granted, you made it so everybody gets the boost from Sunspots, but why isn't Phoenix Cradle also getting Restoration ×2 to everybody? Like, that would be one of the greatest high-end like content PvE exotics to use. Like, even if it was like Restoration 1 for you and Restoration 2 for your team, that would be something dynamic to put on the board. So it's just, that's where my concern is, because it always feels like Arc 3.0 never can benefit from PvE beyond like Thunder Crash and Chaos Reach. So hopefully we start seeing things like, oh, this new super for hunters, like, just chuck the spear at Rolk, and Rolk just gets smacked with a good chunk of damage, or like a debuff.
Something.
Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm not saying like make PvE busted. I'm saying like give PvE a bone, if that makes sense.
I would like to put in my 2 cents before we get completely off the rails and go off to a different topic. The playtesters.
Go for it.
You can only have so many playtesters, and playtesters are there, like, usually assigned to specific maps or specific areas trying to find specific bugs. They do a lot of testing behind the scenes to find the things. I feel like the reason that you get these mid-season fixes or these, hot fixes, these patches to boost and nerf things as needed, is because after the playtesting and all the fine-tuning has happened, they release this content to all of us degenerate fucking goblins who like to go and break the game and figure out what absolutely wrecked combinations we can make to break things, and you give it to the players who then completely exceed your expectations and find things that you were never able to successfully do, or they fix one thing and it breaks something else, and all of a sudden this thing is like that hunter helmet that was doing, what was it, like 600% more damage than it was supposed to. Like, once you release it to the masses and they start finding things, then you see what's working, what isn't, and everybody talks about wanting them to listen to the community. That's another time where they can do that and adjust things as needed.
Which totally makes sense, but my counter to that is, you have content creators who are like, day one something comes out in private matches with their team, making content, testing things, going through and figuring out what is broken, what's not broken. That seems to me where you would like rely on content creators and then release a patch as soon as possible for certain things. or like boost things and whatnot. I'm not saying like listen to only the content creators. I'm saying like have a team devoted to looking for the same types of things that content creators do and find those broken combinations, find those crazy things that happen. Because like my biggest fear is we're gonna have another like second week patch when we shouldn't have to have that. Like I feel as if there should be like a bug testing team and like a team testing every type of situation and figuring out what can we buff, what can we fix, what can we like nerf, if anything. What can we address and make better? Because there's still certain exotics. Like I'll tell you right now, if next week, or not next week, because we'll be prepping for the raid, but like 2 weeks from now, if R 3.0 doesn't like do something with Eternal Warrior, you're gonna hear me complain. I'll be 100% honest. I'll be like, why aren't we doing things right? So it's just I feel like there's more that could be done, but granted, there's only so many people that work. I'm not saying like overextend your team and like because it cause crunch. I'm saying like be thorough. That way, the community doesn't find your hit like your nooks and crannies. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't be the degenerate goblins finding everything. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah, but they do have those people that's literally in the job description for being a playtester. I know because I have looked it and read it over a million times and debated applying for it, but I can't take a job that would potentially have a pay cut. And while I am very close to Bellevue, I have to be looking at what actually pays my bills. So as much as I would love to be a playtester and go be a goblin like a couple of my friends who regularly break out of the map and find things, it's in the job description. That is what they are meant to do, is go find all the things. They do it the best that they can in the time that they have, and arguably sometimes they haven't done the best job. Sometimes things do come out broken. It happens, especially when you're coding things, but the way that you say it just makes it sound like Bungie doesn't do enough, and that's not something I will back down on. I think that they do the best that they can.
Yeah, most definitely. Like there's a lot they cover, and I never want to say like they're not doing like a good job. I just think, how do I phrase this in a not crappy way? Like I feel as if maybe even employ some of the community. Like obviously they do, because you have people like Mercules who like go from being a podcaster to them being a weapons designer. But like maybe actually try to like poll the content creators or poll people and be like, hey, send you an email. Can you help find like issues with R 3.0 before release? Like help us do a deep dive. Like I don't know. I just that's where my kind of head goes, because you have multiple times where things ship, and like there's the joke of Telesto breaking the game multiple times a season and whatnot. Granted, recently Telesto ain't broken shit in a while, which is nice, but fingers crossed on that.
The reason
It just broke everything at the beginning of the season when they were like, you know what, Banshee, you can hold Telesto now, and then the tower broke.
more than likely they don't do that because they can't trust people to keep their mouths shut, considering some of the leaks that we have had in the past. So plus, if all you're doing is reaching out to these big content creators and you're not relying on your people that you have, then it just seems like you're pandering to the people that are able to make content all day long, and
Right.
I don't know. It seems like you're prioritizing and it becomes not fair to the community.
Very true. Okay.
Favoritism. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes. So overall, I think we're kind of all in agreement that like we're excited, but we want to get our hands on it before we give final call. Is that kind of where we're at?
Bated breath.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bated breath, cautiously optimistic, that kind of thing. All right, cool. Then the TWAB kind of said, hey, yo, check us out. And it kind of had me super excited, because finally my prayers have been answered. We're finally getting a shotgun champion mod back. And holy crap, it's freaking unstoppable shotgun. Thank the Lord. Like, I've been sitting on a freaking comedian for PvE for so long, and just the idea of being able to pop an unstop in the face with a shotgun just sounds so much fun.
I mean, they really said, we've heard you guys. Here's so many different anti-champion mods. Have fun.
Right. Like they didn't just limit us super bad this season. Like we got Overload Bows back, we got Unstoppable Pulse back, we got Anti-Barrier Scout back, which has been highly requested by the community. We got
Anti-barrier
auto rifle. We got
On
Anti-Barrier
top of that-
Sniper back.
Yeah. And then I'm hype for anti-barrier, not for anti-barrier. Overload LMG.
See,
I'm hyped for
I wanted like anti-barrier LMG back, but I'll take Overload LMG. That sounds fun as hell. So I'm excited about that. What I'm excited about though is you have a couple things like Sundering Glare and Lightning Strikes Twice that aren't shown their information. So for anybody that did grind for bounties before next week, you have the potential to find out like
Well,
to
those
have
have
these
been
off
in
rip.
because the way Bungie did this is anything that they put in bold in this little table is new. So those have been in the game previously.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'm wondering specifically about Sundering Glare though is the way it's phrased like that, Sundering Glare. I'm wondering if it's gonna end up being like, oh, if you blind like a champion or blind a boss, it does more damage, or like an explosion will occur, or give you amplitude or something. Like that's what I'm excited about. I'm wondering if they're giving us so much with machine guns, like are machine guns getting like a secret buff that like nobody knows about? Because that'd be kind of
So,
nice.
Sundering Glare, I looked it up, is rapid precision hits against distant combatants, weaken them for a short duration.
Ooh, okay. Trace evidence. Precision hits on arc debuff targets will generate ionic traces. Ooh, that'll be fun. And then Thunderous Retort. Arc supers do more damage when cast while in critical condition or while amplified. So, like, what I'm hearing is cranked up Thundercrash.
Oh boy.
Oh. Like run it like if we just run around for a second or can apply a debuff, just cranked up Thunder Crash for bosses. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Okay, so that was exciting. And then other than that, it was just like it was a super short twab. There wasn't anything too crazy. So that's exciting. Prismatic, how you feel about these champion mods? Like, are you excited for some high
I
end
found
content?
Lightning Strikes Twice.
Okay, what's it do?
This was from season 10.
Okay.
After throwing an arc grenade, gain increased damage. Gain increased grenade recharge for a short time. Arc final blows extend the duration of this benefit.
Damn. All right. Shit. So that'll definitely be a fun time. But Prismatic, how you feel about these champion mods?
I like Anti-Barrier Scout just because DMT always. Anti-Barrier Auto Rifle also is nice because you can just unload bullets and stop them. Unstoppable Pulse makes me a little leery only because if you don't stop them pretty fast, Lord help you. Overload Bow just tells me that I'll be using TICU and taking it out of my vault. And Unstoppable Shotguns, again, also...
Fourth Horseman meta.
Also,
Fourth Horseman
makes me
meta,
leery.
like Acreus and GMs.
It just makes me leery because all I can think of is Unstoppable Ogre, and I am a hunter.
Oof. Yeah, that's fair.
See, Panda and I know the pain of an unstoppable ogre.
So
I remember.
Yeah, no.
You're fucking streaming, trying to do corrupted, and an unstoppable ogre just appears out of nowhere and stomps your lights out. Like, oh,
Stomps the light out of you.
like just straight death. So that's just exciting from that angle. But no, like now that we covered the like, little
And then
bit of
some important dates to save.
Oh yeah, so yeah, go ahead, Joel. I'll let you touch on that. I wasn't gonna care about that because most people know that, but go ahead and holler about that.
Just in case if people don't know. So we have the raid coming out on the 26th. Iron Banner is confirmed to be Eruption, by the way.
What the fuck? They said it was gonna be capture.
No.
Bro, when will you learn?
So Iron Banner is going to be September 6th the week of September 6th and the week of November 15th. Both
Bro.
weeks are going to be the new eruption
Wait,
mode.
it says both
Why?
weeks will feature the new eruption mode, so they might have it as a like labs option.
Oh.
Okay, because
That's my bad.
it even lets
I
you
can't
click
read.
the. But
I'm
it even lets
sorry,
you click
reading
on
isn't
that
my
TWAB.
forte.
It
And
says
then-
it says that, but then it says like it lets you click the old TWAB from when they talked about that mode.
Yeah, so that people can
And,
like if people look at this and they've missed a couple and they're just like, "What the hell's eruption?" It links. That's like how they
Okay.
linked the ARC article from.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because like I really hope they don't do that, because that was the most frustrating thing, like, for everybody. And they even said in that TWAB, we learned our lesson from giving you a brand new mode in Iron Banner of all things. Like, just make it freaking, like, don't even put it in like that, just those 2 weeks. Put it as Trials Labs all season, the way you've done Capture. Just put it on rotating labs and be done with it. So I'm concerned now. Y'all, I'm all
And then the
flustered.
last 3 dates you need to save. Trials of Osiris is coming back on September 16th.
You last week is this week, but enjoy it.
And Grandmasters are coming back on October
Mm.
4th. Lastly, we know the date for Festival of the Lost. It starts October 18th.
Get ready for your mech suits, kids.
I'm still
Yeah,
sad.
I didn't vote
Monsters
for
didn't
Max.
win. I
Bruh,
voted for
monsters have
Monsters.
lost 2 times in a row. Just let the monsters like
I
die.
voted
bruh.
dinosaurs. I voted
No, we
dinosaurs.
have
Because
We have
dinosaurs are
so
amazing.
many sets of armor that
But
already
here-
look like robots and mechs. Fucking give me
Right.
other
We
shit.
need hunters need their Godzilla suit.
But like we already have dinosaurs. We don't need Godzilla. It's fine. Like, it's fine.
No, we need
I'm not even a
Godzilla.
fan of Godzilla.
Godzilla
so-
needs to die.
No, I would literally change to a hunter main
Oh,
if
don't
they
say
brought
that.
that Godzilla
No,
Don't
suit.
you
say
wouldn't.
that. I
I
will
No,
would
you
say
wouldn't,
that.
because then you'd be me, a hunter main with a Titan brain, and you'll find out just the depths of your squish. It's
Ah,
the depths of your Swiss.
see, this is why they should give Titans the Godzilla skin.
when using a hunter made one of the best Titans I know go. I can't believe I'm saying this. Bungie, can hunters get a buff? Like that's how you
That's what we did
know.
last episode. What do you mean?
It was literally just me being like, "Yeah, hunters need a buff," and hunters got that buff.
It's because me and Toll have been grinding bounties on our hunters, and we're like, damn, hunters kind of suck. Like, they need some.
Oh, no,
But then you
this
realize,
comment was
like,
said like years ago, before all these 2.0s, like before Witch Queen. Like this was said back when Revoker was still a thing.
well, and the problem is, and, like, if we want to touch on that, is the fact that so many people come from other video games like Call of Duty or whatever, and they think, and they just pick up Hunter because it's the easiest to adapt to, and not pick up Titan or Warlock and understand the fantasy. So you have a lot of people who just like get in that mindset of just not of thinking everyone's against them and Titans are horrible and Warlocks are horrible. But then but then you look at other people who play other classes, and I think this is just across the board, is a lot more people main one class, but then do bounties or do activities on other characters for like raids and whatnot. They will gain an understanding of what's going on, because for so long now, and I'll still stand by this, Warlock jump is the worst thing that Bungie has ever created, and it needs to die, because the amount of control you have as a Titan when jumping, but then you just float down into a pit of death as a Warlock because your jump goes downward, even with a like upward lift or sky lift, whatever it's called. Like, it's very frustrating. But then with Hunter jump, you can just jump. It's just like, huh? So that's
See,
where I get frustrated.
I will die on this hill of Warlock jump sucks. And it's like, if you don't just press it at the right time, you're not going up, you're going down. It's like you have to jump and then immediately press it again to get that boost. Titan, you have a little bit of a little window. With Warlock, you ain't got no window. You got to press it the minute after you jump to restart so you can get your second jump in.
Yeah, so it's just,
So
I
dumb.
feel like, and then we even had like Toll even mentioned, we had a well-known content creator, Sticky, kind of call out everybody who doesn't even know how to play their own class, their main class sometimes. So if we not only have our are specialized in our own class, but then play other classes, that way we gain an understanding how they operate, you will feel a more appreciation for what you do. Because and then you'll understand, hey, these classes are lacking in this aspect, but these classes are lacking elsewhere as well. Because I'll keep it a $150. Like I even already said, Warlocks got cheated hard with Arc 3.0, but last season Titans got cheated with Solar 3.0, and like because Void 3.0 seems to be the one that was in the oven the longest, and everyone kind of got a little bit of some. But then with Solar and Arc, it feels like there's just big ass gaps that are going on where they're like no one has certain things, and I'm concerned. So there's that. But no, like from there, we want to like touch on a little bit of theory crafting and talk about like what do you think is going to happen next year? Toll just got
It's time.
It's time for Toll's theories.
Oh boy. So
Toll,
one of my theories actually got shut down.
Hold on. We're gonna we're gonna do this in confined like increments because I want to keep you on task because you're like very excited. So
I will go off at a tangent.
Yeah, so I want to get this like in a straight line, as it were, not like 50 different directions. So firstly, ignoring any leaks or anything stupid and only using context clues for what's been in game, what do you think next season is going to be about?
It's next season is so open, and I left it so open ended, especially with this week. If you haven't already, just go to the Helm. You get a free Ascendant Shard and a meh Sparrow. But you get a free Ascendant Shard, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But that kind of stamps out my idea of Callus has changed. Callus is still Callus.
Yeah.
Which is something I wanted to go in. I'll go into later. But next season is so up in the air for what they can do. And I think I like that because it means there's so many different possibilities within a story that they can go. Because Aramis is still out there.
Yes, Aramis is definitely coming back at some point.
But we know that the pyramids are fickle, especially through the Witch Queen. We learned that even though the Beyond Light, the pyramid on Europa, helped us, the one in Savathun's Throne World would not. So we're not. Anything can really happen.
Okay.
Prismatic, any thoughts?
I have no idea, honestly. I can only base what I think is going to happen off of next season, off of other people's speculation, other content creators' speculation, but you said not to do that. So I would think we're going to see more of the Helm getting overrun because the Helm is not okay and needs a spa day.
The Helm is not okay.
Bro, yeah, it's like, Crow, what is going on?
Can I tell you something funny? Because, like, what was it, Tuesday? I take Toll, because I randomly just went to the Helm, not paying attention, and I saw the big event thing. And then I take Toll in there. Before he even sees Callus, he just goes, we really need to clean up in here. And then he sees Callus and is like, whoa. And then he says, man, we really need to get some OxyClean in here. I'm like, damn.
Oh, no, I didn't say OxyClean. I said fire. Because fire should burn that, because that's technically plant matter, so fire should be really easy to burn it. We could literally just have say a Titan. We could all just throw our thermite grenades around the area and just let the solar light burn everything. Like, ain't that hard?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But
I was gonna say, I always forget that the Helm is no longer at the tower, that it's actually a ship. So my brain likes to go, well, we can't keep the Crown of Sorrow at the tower. It's not at the tower, it's on a ship. So I don't think it's wise to keep it where it's exposing people to the influence of it, because you don't want more Guardians or anybody from the Last City. You don't want them getting influenced by it. And I mean, the
The only
See,
people
and what's
getting
crazy
influenced-
is that's what I thought they were gonna do with the Crown of Sorrow, not just leave it around as like a mission dealer. I thought the big thing with Witch Queen was gonna be like freaking Crown of Sorrow takes over the last city, Savathun pulls up and just goes, everything is mine. But nah, they just pushed her off somewhere else, and we kept the Crown of Sorrow somewhere. Like, I thought that was her big chess piece because she said, "Oh, I as Osiris is gonna take care of that." Like, I was a little disappointed about that.
I don't know, man. Like, it took me forever to get all the stuff from Presage because I never had people that wanted to run it with me. So I didn't see the very last bit about finding the Crown of Sorrow till like the last week, I think. So I do think there's still a lot they can do with it. And even in lore stuff, they mention the crown having an effect as far as nightmares and stuff go on Mithrax. So they keep mentioning him in lore pieces that are coming out. So I'm hoping maybe we'll get to interact with him again. Just personally, because I like Mithrax.
Maybe we will this season. Maybe he'll call on us for help again this season, like they did. What season? What season?
Season of
14?
Splicer.
Yeah, season of Splicer, which is, funnily enough, right about now is when season of Splicer came out. So we could be seeing another. People call that a Fallen season. I don't. It
wasn't a Fallen season. It was very much a Vex season where the Fallen became an ally. Like they were side characters. The main villain was the Vex. So, you know, I'm very excited to see, like, if you want my big theory, I really feel like, especially with all the different lore pieces that have been going on, I really feel like we're gonna see Anna Bray come back. Like, I've been kind of like stalking Erika Ishii's like Twitter because of all like the stuff she does with a Critical Role and stuff like that, and like Apex, and I'm like waiting. I'm waiting for her to just go, Anna Bray's back. I'm like, bro, I'm ready because I need to know that Anna Bray's finally gonna come back. We're gonna see like Rasputin do a thing. We're gonna see like all this stuff pop off where he's the EXO. I'm waiting for it because if you've been watching like Bice videos or look at the lore tabs, you've been seeing like her struggle to bring Rasputin online as an EXO. So if like this season it pops off, I'm like, give it to me.
Let me walk. I just think of something. Let me walk through my thoughts. So, going off of that, what if what we need to bring Rasputin back is Siva? So we have to go back to the Plague Lands to go find some Siva to try and bring Rasputin back. What
That'd
if
be
that's
hilarious.
So
I keep seeing we need to see this.
So in theory, that, and this is not me leaning into anybody's thing. In theory, that could work.
We're putting the tinfoil hats on.
Siva was specifically created to help the people either be able to repair or rebuild or build things very, very quickly. You had to have, oh God, what were those chambers called? You had to have a specific chamber to give it a directive. And Rasputin was the one who changed their directive to destroy the Iron Lords. So to see him interact with Siva again kind of leans into a lot of the stuff that I've been seeing lately about maybe we are getting Wrath and not King's Fall, because they try to release raids and things that directly lean into whatever is our big enemy or ally for the season. So if they were to bring Siva back and to have it interact with Rasputin, especially when you look back into Fellwinter's story and whatnot, and the lengths that Rasputin went to kill that golem, like, it has, I don't know how I feel about that.
Like, it could definitely be like that would be the ultimate vehicle to make this, especially because, like, I'll keep it $150. I really feel like it would be really weird if we get like take the King's Fall back during an arc theme season. Like, if you wanted like it to be like King's Fall, you did Solar last and did arc first. I'll be 100% honest with you, because Solar feels like something that would go up against Taken, that would go up against Darkness in like King, like
the Darkness.
Light the Darkness. Like, that feels like something, like, I get to see trailers of us running through King's Fall, like the Dreadnought with Solar burning Thrall and stuff like that. That sounds logical. Hell, in the original King's Fall or like Taken King live action trailer, the Titan used hammers because that was when hammers came out. So I really feel like they need to re-examine that. Granted, what's been weird is that a lot of Bungie devs have been posting the behind the scenes of that trailer's creation. So that's been kind of like, oh, maybe that's like the side of King's Fall. But like,
No,
there's been other teases that have said maybe we might get Wrath. So it's a lot of different
we're not gonna
things.
know until the showcase. Which, if you didn't know, the showcase is coming out. Is gonna be live on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
They like to go off of Pacific time because they're on Pacific time, so it's
Right.
9 a.m. Pacific, but it's 12 p.m. Eastern.
An hour before
The reset, like the big season would drop.
before the season would drop. So that gives that the showcase is probably going to be about 45 minutes long, giving people enough time to get out, update their games, and then get stuck on a loading screen.
Also,
to get in.
I mean, honestly, like I'm gonna sit there the
Also,
whole
if you
time.
didn't read the TWAB down
Well,
at the
yeah.
bottom, it says if you watch at least 30 minutes of the showcase, you get a special emblem.
Oh
Ooh.
right, I forgot about that.
It's
So
a good thing
make
the Claire's
sure
doing a
to
watch party.
Make sure to link your Twitch to your
Oh, yeah, that too.
Bungie.net to get
Yup.
that emblem.
I literally did that at the beginning
About
of
to do
this.
that right
Oh,
now.
That is you just got to do that.
About to do that right here after we do finish the show.
also, I don't know about y'all,
so,
but
you
I
know,
would not trust Rasputin.
One theory I
as a
wanna.
EXO.
Oh, but I mean, technically, that was the original plan. Was Rasputin was an EXO, so maybe they're just playing the long game.
Yeah,
just
that
bringing
was
it
the
back
original plan. Yeah.
Don't trust it.
But I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on for a minute and go off into one of my theory tangents about how Aramis is going to be one of the new disciples of the Witness.
I mean,
Because
if you
we
didn't figure that out, like that, like
I mean-
they're leaving that chess piece frozen for a reason. That's kind of obvious.
So there's the specific portion of the Vex in the Black Garden that worship the darkness. You have the Cabal, the Scorn, like a part of the Callus's Cabal that he creates in genetic tanks, the cloning vats, I think that's what they call them. The Scorn and the Taken are both controlled by the Witness. So that's 4 enemy types that all work with the darkness. So there's most likely we're going to get to see the Fallen or the House of Darkness live up to its name of the House of Darkness, working with the Witness. That's
Okay.
all I got.
See, I'm over here thinking this will be some giant ass tangent. That's all you got.
Nah, I'm just keeping it brief.
Okay, fair enough.
And then this week, my Callus theory got squashed into the ground because we got to see Callus after he was fully embraced by the Witness. And it's like, nah, that's still Callus is still Callus.
Yeah,
He
they didn't
ain't
really do a
changed.
whole lot. They didn't change a
Nah.
whole lot with him.
Which they really could have
They-
changed him entirely.
yeah,
But
I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
really
So
was.
you know, that's just a little bit of hinting we got going on, and I wanted to do a fun little activity because I kind of stole it from Dado. I will admit that I stole it from Dado. It's totally fine. But
Totally fine.
he did a video this past week where he went through this this Reddit thread in r/Destiny the game that was posted about 3 weeks ago, where it's hard to
Oh, the
accept
hot-
Destiny facts. I thought since it's the end of the season, we need a palate cleanser. I figured it'd be fun if we just like I read it off, we talk about it, we just have some fun, like giving some opinions, we stir up the community a little bit, and have a little fun. Y'all game? And I purposely was like, "Yo, it's a surprise," and I even wanted to tell Toll, and he was like, "No, don't tell me." So this is gonna be fun. All right. So the first Destiny hard to accept fact. It's not bugged. Your RNG is just trash.
See, I can accept that because I know my RNG is trash.
See, there's times where I can go, I'm down with that, but then there's people who have gotten to 300 runs of Vault of Glass and still haven't gotten their Vex Mythoclast. So like, there's times where just the RNG just is nowhere in existence.
Because this week, yesterday, I was running Master Lost Sectors to try and get. Oh, no, yeah, I was running them on Master because I said I've been running GMs and stuff. I got this, and it was an easier one. It took me, I think, like 6 tries to get one exotic when it like listed it as common,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
Prismatic.
what's the point?
Prismatic, you're the deity of having bad friggin' whatchamacallit, Eyes of Tomorrow RNG. How you feel
I
about
think
that?
that RNGesus either doesn't look at me and I'm just in the neutral zone, or he kind of leans in my favor because I got 1K and Vex within 2 or 3 runs, and then Anarchy and Eyes of Tomorrow I got in under 50 runs each.
That's fair. Okay.
So.
Next on the list is if I can find next one on the list here. Actually, I'm gonna just go straight to the controversial ones and have fun. I'm just gonna sort it by controversial and go nuts.
Gambit is fun.
I saw that Gambit is fun, and I was like, man, that's a heck of a statement there.
Gambit can be fun, but the problem is it plays like
It
a
depends on
competitive
who you're-
game mode.
It plays like a competitive game mode that like they tried, and then they just like to make it a competitive game mode, and then they just didn't do anything with it.
They should have just kept it Gambit Prime, made Gambit just Gambit Prime, and then that would have been easy. Everybody loved Gambit Prime.
Here's one that I vehemently disagree with. Most PvE nerfs happen because of PvE. Y'all greatly overblow the stuff that happens because of Crucible. Annoying that it happens to at all. Like slugs, super exotic, supers, anarchy, mountaintop, recluse, well of radiance, lunafactions, tracking rockets, rapid fire fusions, renewal grass, protective light, and like half of that list is PvP based crap. Because if you think about it, renewal grass was broken in PvP. That's why that got nerfed. Protective light, Bungie even admitted it wasn't because it was too strong, it was because it was too high in demand, and they did it to themselves by not supporting it and getting and having it be a more easy to get mod. And fusions are a problem in Crucible. Tracking rockets, that was a Gambit issue, and only a Gambit issue.
Still,
and lunafactions, okay.
I don't think the rockets should have been nerfed in
Go ahead.
Gambit.
Oh, you know, that was totally stupid. That was literally just they nerfed rockets across the board because of Gambit and people complaining about Gambit. And my issue with that, them doing that and nerfing Gjallarhorn and whatnot, is
it's Gambit. Who cares?
Well, it's Gambit. Who cares? Y'all gave up on making it a competitive game mode long ago, but also y'all legitimately left truth in the Gambit pool when Gambit had Gambit Prime for like what 2 years.
Forever.
And didn't care. So that's weird. But and then like Recluse and Mountaintop I'll give you because Mountaintop still does weird shit in old raids. But Recluse and Mountaintop were venomous in Crucible. No one can debate that. That was just there. I don't know how y'all feel about that one in general, but like, I disagree about that. But like that most issues, most nerfs right now are PvP centric, not PvE centric.
I do support that, but also I'm very, when it comes to weapons and stuff, I stick to that whole like, that's why you earn them. Not as far as necessarily as the Gjallarhorn Gambit thing, because Gjallarhorn's always been OP, in my opinion. So
yeah,
they switched up the spawns and stuff, but then you have people holding on to Gjallarhorn, just aiming it across, and I will agree sometimes at the Wolfpack rounds, they would just go like way out of left field and still kill you. Maybe you could have just tweaked that a little bit, but that is neither here nor there. When it comes to Crucible weapons being broken, if they're the ones you have to earn, like Trials weapons, I hate getting killed by them, but you were in the game and earned them. That should be your right. I don't know. That's just my soapbox.
No, like I want you to have your soapboxes. Jump in, like cut me and Toll off. Let's have fun.
Really? Oh, my controversial well, that's not controversial. Is more like just everyone's already said that. Never mind.
No, speak on it.
PvP and PvE should just have separate separate sandboxes, and Bungie should just be like, all right, we're gonna take the time and not just.
Well, they're supposed to have separate sandboxes. They say they do, but like
We know
there
they
should be
don't.
3 sandboxes in general, because let's keep it real. Gambit has the potential to make a comeback and be a competitive mode if Sony gives Bungie enough money to hire a Gambit centric team and develop it to be like the next big thing. Because if you nerf certain weapons specifically in Gambit, you take the time to cater Gambit the way it's supposed to be and make it a competitive mode and have that sandbox be isolated to Gambit, you could do so much good with that. Because the problem is Gambit exists in is like a Venn diagram where someone combined 2 sandboxes into one. And it just does not work that way.
Honestly, they just need to choose one sandbox for it, either PvP or PvE, and just let it thrive, let it do its thing.
Yeah.
Honestly. But having 2 separate sandboxes would make it so much easier for everybody.
I thought really
here's a controversial hot take.
I'll go for it.
Why are so many exotics you have to get through PvE that are good in PvP? Like, you have to go play PvE to go play PvP.
So they changed that because it used to be all exotics were just random drops, and it was taking people years to get anything to drop. But so now they've locked all the they've locked the new exotic armor behind the Master Lost sectors. And
which I think is a good way to do that. Honestly,
that was a great thing, because now it makes Lost sectors actually worth a damn. Because let's be honest, before that, you were only going in Lost sectors to grind catalysts. Like, no one, or like do like one random quest, but no one went into a Lost sector and be like, yeah, I'm gonna grind Lost sectors for something. They had no point. They still have no point other than the Master Lost sectors.
I'm not a fan. I liked the random drops, but like I said, that's because RNGesus doesn't hate me. Now you can see that I'm like 4 seasons behind on exotic armor because I'm not going in there by myself because I always get destroyed by 2 barrier champions just holding hands.
That was me yesterday. I was playing the excavation site 12. There are 2 barrier champions on master that sit up on like a high perch. They don't have
Centurions,
and they're not the slug launchers. Yeah, not the Centurions, like the the Centurions.
Yep,
that's funny.
And they have the heir apparent.
That was why when you're like, it's the easiest one. I'm like, no, it isn't.
Well, right now it's the easiest one. Like the easiest Lost sector. Like today, ironically, I'm gonna go grind it. Like I can't grind it. I have to go to sleep. But like, if you have time before reset, grind that, because you kill 1 unstoppable champion and for some reason it counts as a platinum completion. So definitely do that.
Yeah, the Skydock 4. It's leg day. Ooh,
it's like it's but like if you have all your engrams full, the exotic engram will go to you. Okay. If you're like, what a lot of content creators are telling people right now that Bungie still hasn't addressed, which I find funny, is that if you load up your engrams like in your inventory and then do a Lost sector where the drop is an exotic and it says it's a new exotic on the engram in your postmaster, leave it there, wait for the new season to kick in, and then collect it. And it'll be whatever new exotic comes out. If there's a new exotic that comes out, that would be in the Lost sectors. It's a great way to just save yourself, or just do it that way. And on a day that it's leg day or arm day or head day, just open it in your postmaster and you get that exotic guaranteed. It's actually a pretty good strat. So, the next one that I thought was kind of funny, and they said the game was better when Bungie was owned by Activision.
Absolutely not.
Like, what would possess you to say that? Like, granted, they made some better decisions occasionally, like sunsetting was a bad idea, but usually they rewalk dumb things like that. Like they rewalked half the stuff that was in the crafting and rewalked like sunsetting. Because let's be real here. If sunsetting was done under Activision, we'd have never got rid of it, and it stayed for the rest of our lives. because they just saw it as a
I
money
would
making
like
tactic.
anybody that thinks that it was better under Activision to take a seat and look at all the people that say that Destiny 2 base game, Curse of Osiris, and Warmind were good. That was definitely worth the money that we spent at the time.
I mean, I thought it was good, but like,
Nope, not.
No, times were not. There's only one good time under Activision, and that was Forsaken for a little bit.
You
Other
had
than
us by
that,
the
meh.
balls over
well,
shaders.
to be,
Fucking every little fucking thing. Just no.
I will say I liked the story of Curse of Osiris and the story of Warmind, and I liked the settings, like especially Curse of Osiris with going back to the older versions of Venus and whatnot. That was cool. But like, you know, the Activision needed to go, y'all. Let's keep that a
The
bug.
big price
Um,
tags
the-
for like, oh, here's a social space. Oh, here's a strike.
The Destiny content vault wasn't a bad idea as people try to make it seem. Red War and Warmind were constantly shit on for being garbage, which y'all just did. But as soon as it was gone, those same people preached it to be the pinnacle of storytelling, which there's something to that, because you have a lot of people now who will even say like Destiny 1 was like the greatest thing since God's great earth.
No,
But then
no.
you,
No.
like people who actually were there like us can tell you, nah man, like that was rough. It took until like taking King and Rise of Iron for it to like be playable. Like you still can't look at your map at the tower. You still can't like you can't see any objective markers that much at the tower, let alone anything. Like there's so much, like the vendor
And it was
system is
so
still flawed.
confusing half the time of all the stuff you had to do. And it's like, on top of that, they didn't have mantling. I don't think people realize.
Right, like
how
if
bad
if
it
we
was.
if we do get King's Fall, you're gonna see so many people like fly through the freaking ship puzzle, like the ship
Right.
jumping puzzle, because we have mantling now.
I remember doing that raid. You had to precisely time every single jump to make sure you had enough space to land. Because if you missed it by an inch, oh, you're just
was
slipping
over.
and falling.
Dick
You're
wall.
done. You're dead.
The Nick Walls. So it's just like, and then also that post of the DCV goes, Leviathan wasn't a raid worth keeping. The only thing that made that worth running in the first place was Midnight Coup. Every other weapon was arguably worst in slot and archetype. And I'm like, debatable, but also Leviathan was a fun raid that people to like at the time still sped run and like enjoyed doing and taking people through for the experience. Even though they were higher light than it, they still enjoyed that content. And like, did Eater of Worlds and Spire of Stars have some flaws? Yes, but Bungie could have improved that instead of vaulting it, which granted they ain't fixed half the bugs and glitches with Last Wish and Garden, but what do you? Well, that's
I
neither
mean,
here nor there.
I know why they put most of the stuff they put into the Destiny content vault, by the way, was giving Activision royalties.
Oh,
So-
really? I never thought of
Yeah.
it like that. I never even
Because
thought
think
of it
about it like that. Everything up until Forsaken, Activision was publishing, so technically they would still get royalties. So by making the Red War entirely free and all that content free, it straight up just cut. I'm gonna say cucks because it cucked Activision out of money. And so
It
by
did.
removing Forsaken, which was the last bit of content they had to remove,
See, that
So
kind of like opens a whole other door into the DCV situation. Like that, we never even like considered that. Holy crap!
because
Holy
you have to
crap,
think about
wow.
it. Most things in this company wise revolve around money. Same thing. It goes with Disney, but if with all the terrible experiences they had with Activision, why would they want to give them more money on a game they're not even producing anymore?
That's so fair. Wow. Next controversial opinion. You can't complain about the game being too easy and lack of challenging content if you only use meta builds.
True.
Huh.
True.
That's
If you're playing on meta, then you're always gonna be on par with everything else. That's why it's fun for me to just run through fucking Vow of the Disciple only using Arc, and occasionally when I need to put on my Ursa build.
Right.
But it's just like, why else would I want to run? Okay, cool. I can go throw on Lorelei, Rolling Flames, Soul Invictus, and just be a god and not die in regular content. Grandmaster and Master Content's a different story.
Yeah. That's you just said everything I was going to say right there. That was great on point there.
When we found out that Outbreak Perfected, sorry, my brain just fried, but Outbreak Perfected melted barrier champions. It's just like
we took over. It took over so fast during GM the season. It took over.
Outbreak Perfected just melted barrier champions.
And next season we get to do it with Unstoppable champions. So you're gonna see people run like a secondary scout rifle and Outbreak for like any Cabal GMs next season.
Bungie did a great job of putting intrinsic anti-champion mods on exotics, but it's like you're still not. They're getting the point, but they're missing it at the same time. Where it's like Lamana, great idea. I mean, Malfeasance. I don't think Malfeasance is going to get used because you have to like proc the explosion.
Yeah.
Or the Unstoppable. It would have just been easier to be like, hey, here's Skyburner's Oath. It's now Unstoppable.
Skyburner should have been Unstoppable. Let's be a buck about that, especially because like the main Cabal enemy, or you know what? Here's a controversial opinion: Skyburner should just have been like only a champion mod for Cabal champions, like just across the board, like because there only is anti-barrier and Unstoppable. It should only be able to be used against Cabal champions. That'd be a great way to code that. Like make it permanently just Unstoppable and anti-barrier for Cabal. That would be great. Be such a great weapon to be niche in that corner for that kind of situation. What one controversial that's gonna make Prismatic smile. Crow is not Aldrin.
He's not.
He's not. They're two separate people.
Right, but
they're the same body, but of two separate minds. Because if you don't understand how a guardian, being made into a guardian works, then you don't. That's like one of the basic premises of the game is you get mind wiped. You're a whole new person.
Correct, but I'll use the my roommate Punk Dolls reference for this. If Hitler became a guardian, would you be okay with it and be on his fire team?
I think if Hitler became a, became a guardian,
like legitimately, like if someone in the last city went down a history book and just found out that Adolf or like your friend Steve the Guardian is Adolf freaking Hitler, like what would you do? And then the alternative is Savathun. Savathun like became a guardian, had a whole fresh start, and then the way she knew she was gonna need a whole fresh start, well, she was gonna get a whole fresh start, so she built a backup drive for her dang memory, and now is the same person pretty much.
Like, I think she also leaned into the fact that we weren't going to shut up for 2 fucking seconds and think about it, because we just rushed in like, oh, Savathun's got the light now. Obviously, she stole it. There's nothing else that could have happened. It's not like she was horribly fucking wounded at the end of the season when we took her from her worm, because, you know, if you take the worm, they're going to die. Like, had we stopped for 2 fucking seconds and actually thought about this, like,
But like the double-edged sword of that is, who really would have thought up to that point that the Traveler would just drop Trow and be like, yo, I'm gonna give the Hive the ghosts and give Savathun a ghost. Like, no one would have even thought of that. Heck, it took Zavala 2 seasons to grasp it.
And that much was clear.
It took Zavala so long to be like.
Well, that much was clear too from that Office cutscene where everybody's in there and Zavala's like, "What do you mean the Traveler gave her the light?" We are just pawns on a big fucking chessboard.
Man's had a mental breakdown about it, and it's like, yeah, that's understandable. And then literally a season later, he's like, it's like, oh yeah, your dead wife is here to be your nightmare.
Right. So that's why it's like, That's why it's like the whole Crow situation. Like, I will never judge someone who likes Crow, but I'm very much in the middle with it, where it's like, I hate you as a Not only are you annoying as Aldrin, but you're just such a like a hot topic emo boy that I want to punch you in the face as a Guardian. Like, there's that. Where like literally just put just put him in some skinny jeans, and that man is just the sad boy like everybody wants him to be. And I'm calling out Prismatic so hard right now, and it's the funniest thing.
Wait. Put a pin in it. We're gonna go back
Like-
to the previous conversation because you didn't let me finish.
Okay,
The whole Adolf Hitler thing. If he was brought back as a Guardian,
Go for it.
he would get the same treatment that Crow got. There would be so many Guardians who would just kill this man repeatedly. And understand me,
Right.
I in no
So what's
way
the di- like,
endorse
what's the
it, but you will
difference?
find people that understand that he is not the same person and would still fight with him. Because if he is turned over this completely new leaf and is not the same person and is working to be good and support, whatever is good in whatever fucking universe this crazy thing happens, like, you're gonna have that dichotomy of people who only see him as a new person and the people who see him for what he was before. It's not like Adolf Hitler is being revived and is like, oh, I did all these terrible things, but here, hair flip, a new leaf, like a new chance to live life. Like, he would have no fucking idea about what he did or what he stood for or the atrocities that he committed. If Savathun were to like turn around and show him all of that stuff and then he knew who he was, oh no, absolutely. Wipe him off the face of the fucking planet.
So what's the difference for Aldrin? For Crow?
The difference is we actually got to watch him grow as a Guardian and see
So-
his
so-
There's
so-
that,
so-
evolve.
but also,
So
I
you're
don't
telling
think
me-
Aldrin was a bad person. I completely understand the thought process that went behind like the story leading up to Forsaken. I understand he was grieving. Grief makes people do horrible, terrible, really fucking off the wall things. So I went through that story. I played
It wasn't just grief; it was also abuse because
that
Marisov
too
straight up
and
abused that man.
manipulated.
Let's keep.
And on top of that,
I went through Forsaken just actually
uh,
listening and looking at the story, and by the end of it, I was playing with two people that last mission who were like, "Ah, yeah, fuck that guy," and I was sitting there like, "You're finally like."
I mean, on top of that, you got to see him. Like, you saw he got corrupted. He wasn't himself. Riven put a thing in his mind and kind of just blew all of his emotions.
Yeah,
out of
Riven took
proportion.
manipulation to a whole new level and literally used the
Right.
thing that would make him do anything.
And the thing with Crow is he didn't know about who he was until Savathun was like, "Here you go," and that like
Here's all
Plot
of your
twist.
memories back.
and that mentally messed him up for so long.
We still ain't heard from Glint in like 4 seasons. Oh, we ain't heard from Glint since the season of Lost. Has anyone thought about that? Like, Crow's just been existing and Glint's
Yes,
been nowhere to be found.
because I like their
They just
banter.
did-
So
yeah, it's very hilarious.
the whole Aldrin thing has Crow fucked up knowing what he knows, but then on top of that, you had Crow already fucked up because he was reborn into this life and these people just started killing him and hurting him and torturing him for, according to him, no fucking reason. It's not like somebody would talk to him and explain to him what the fuck happened or why you hate me. Like, so yeah, I would be fucked up too. And all of a sudden you meet this one Guardian who's just like, oh, maybe I won't kill you on sight. I recognize your face though.
Even though I totally am the one who killed you.
It's
We don't
it's
know that.
heavily
We don't know
implied
that.
that it was Petra.
I don't know. Both guns were pointed. It's entirely possible, but it's fine.
I mean, if it was
but-
Petra, I understand because she had a massive.
Oh, you know,
crush on
Petra would have
Jamie.
popped him in the face, but like on site, like straight up on site. But I want to keep it moving with one last like controversial, not really
Aw.
controversial, but I think it's important that we talk about this. It's okay to take a break. Don't let the game control your life.
Yeah, when I
Yeah, go ahead, Joel.
I
What
take
kind of-
breaks a lot. I'll play. I have a bunch of other games I'll play, just so I can take a break from Destiny. And on top of that,
Right.
I also take break. I use Destiny as my break from other games.
hmm And the thing about it is, like, there's that meme that's been going around that like was said for so long, and now it's been like turned into like actual merchandise. But like when people say go touch some grass, it's because they actually they care about your mental health. They want you to not be devoted. And even Bungie has said, like, once you get your pinnacles done and like finish the activities, like that's fine. Like you can go somewhere else. Come back next week at reset. Like no one's gonna be upset with you. That's why when people like get like we're super upset that I was like not a big fan of like low man raids and low man content and like going out of bounds and stuff like that. When people were upset at me for that, the biggest controversy with that I would say is why not just take a break? Why like if you've done every ounce of content in the game and you deem it not fun, A, why are you playing the game? And B, if you've done everything in the game for that week, go take a break. Like no one's gonna be upset with you. No one will judge you. No one no one will say and they judge you for it and say you're not devoted enough. Tell them
They're not a true Destiny fan.
They're not a true Destiny fan, flat out. Like they don't care about you. They think that they need to be devoted to the game. There's literal day one runners, literal content creators that have started to be variety streamers instead of Destiny because they care about their own mental health. Like legitimately.
The only seasonal content is gonna be around until the next big expansion comes out. The only time where it's like maybe you need to start grinding stuff is at the end of like the season right before the next big content drop.
Right. And like there was even like I know some people that will come in the first week of the season and then will come in the last week of the season do all the story content they missed. Like my roommate literally like just did all of the seasonal content last week and she's content with that because she knows if she plays too much she'll get burned out, or like every once in a while she'll do a raid or a dungeon or something like that. She doesn't do too much like she knows she'll get burned out. Like some people just aren't like. And heck, there's people like me and Prismatic who like either they already have tattoos for the game. I'm planning on getting a giant Save 14 tattoo here soon. Like there's people who have well, no, like I'm saying, like we are huge fans. Like this game is a big portion of our lives to the point we made a podcast out of it. But no one will ever judge you, or any real fan will never judge you for putting down the controller and physically going to get some sunlight because vitamin D is important and touching some grass, feeling the outside.
Just doing something else. Doesn't matter what it is.
Drinking some water. Like, have you drank your water today? I hope you feel
attacked. I don't know,
have you? Water check. Like, get some. I actually have today. Thank you very much.
I have.
Like, I had some water. I'm drinking some apple juice right now. I'm not drinking soda for once. I'm doing pretty good.
I don't care, but I got my big orange Bubba next to me.
Big sparkly.
Nice.
Fill this thing up every day with ice water. Lasts me the whole day.
So when we say that stuff, we care about you. We want you to enjoy.
Out of love.
We say that out of love. So like legitimately, the best thing that me and Toll did this week is when we were able to say we got all of our bounty grinding done for next season. I
have not.
Well, when we thought we got all of our bounty grinding done, we went and played Dead by Daylight in Fortnite for 2 hours, and it was fun. Like,
dude, playing Fortnite was so much fun.
Bro, we literally were running around the map as freaking Goku and Vegeta having fun. Like, legitimately, like, we can crank 90s as Goku now. Nothing matters. Just feel that pride in yourself.
So
just like, take a break.
At the same time, I'm not worried about. Part of me is honestly gonna just maybe finish up a few more dailies and then be like, all right, I'm done grinding dailies, because that's what burns me out. Doing repetitive stuff for like an hour. I just can't do it. So it just, bounty grinding takes a lot out of me. So that's why when I say go take a break, it's okay. Mm-hmm. I mean it, because I do it all the time. Like, I still have to finish bounty grinding on my Titan by Tuesday.
And that's his main.
And that's my main. Like, I'm done on all my other characters except for my Hunter, which I have 1 weekly left, but that's beside the point. I can get that done in like
I will be the weird
voice.
So that's just playing Gambit with somebody, which will be fun because I'm actually playing with other people. It's just doing the monotonous dailies by myself. that just it's boring. I hate it, and I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the weird one here.
Not
Touching
your
grass is not used as a compliment here. It is, in most cases, when you see people saying that, it is meant as a that one. I'm
So
sorry.
we're saying that's a
that was
compliment.
Like, yeah, mainly because it's like they want you to stop being so sweaty, put some deodorant on, and take care of your mental health and put the game to, because when you're playing, well, like especially in PvP, if you're playing so much that your KD is like 2.0 or something like that, you need to go take a bath. You need to go like eat some food, drink some water, like go see your loved ones for 5 minutes. You got some loved ones, go take care of yourself. Watch a TV show, like do something. Read a book. Go read a book for a couple hours. Read Jeanette McCurdy's new book because it's really good. Like do something. Dang it! Like that's what we mean when we say that as an insult. It's because we want you to like do better
I
to
understand
yourself.
that. I fully do. I just the way that you said that was like it means people care. Most of the time, no, they're calling you a no life.
Not always.
No, but from us, it means we care.
Like it means we
It's a
care, but
mental health
I will
check.
say occasionally it means that you have no life. Like there's that meme from South Park where like they literally had to kill the World of Warcraft dude who was like had reached a level that was unattainable by even the devs, and they're like, how do we kill that
remember.
which has no life? Like they mean that.
Oh my god! So I'm gonna go off into a little tangent. Panda will know what I'm going to talk about.
Oh dear.
But today we were trying to do a div run to help some of our clanmates get Divinity because they didn't have it, and we're running some master raid content, helping one of our other people get their Disciple Slayer seal. And this guy joins us, who is level 1,000
In the season pass.
in the season pass. And
So either he cheated or he has no life.
And mind you, me and Panda are about between 260, 270, I think.
Which is normal for GM people, but like, even his Osteo Striga was like level 400. Like,
And it's
man
like
had no life.
That's odd. And like, I worked a remote job. I still had enough time in my day to feel like I had no life, even though I did. But it's like, there comes a point,
like where you gotta just tap out, dog.
right?
Like I want
the hot take is there comes a point when you just need to take a step back, take a breath, and be like, it's okay. I can put the controller, the keyboard down, and the mouse down for like an hour. It's okay to do that.
See, I'm the person that gets crippling
take care of
FOMO
yourself.
and has been playing this game consistently for the last 5 years. You can tell which seasons I was either suffering in or took a mini break in because my collections page is not complete. And the biggest one is it was Season of the Drifter. I think when Gambit Prime came out, I didn't get any of the main activity emblems for that season because I think I was having a particularly hard time. I'd have to go back and look at the timeline, but I'm pretty sure I know around what time that happened, and I was just fighting every day to survive at that point. So,
which is valid,
you know, and like, so I am one of those people that I don't really play other games. Like the only game that I play more than Destiny, and don't judge me, it's a dating sim game on my phone, and I have played it every single day for almost a year and a half.
Nah, fam, you play Deep Rock Galactic. Don't.
No. I mean, like, I don't go and play for long periods of time. I play 1 or 2 missions on Deep Rock, and then I'm back to Destiny. Like, we'll play Overcooked every once in a while. Every once in a while, we'll jump onto Warframe. But I'm usually within the same day. I am back on Destiny doing something. I'm on Destiny all of the fucking time. And there are times where I'll just sit at this desk and go, this isn't fucking fun anymore. But usually when that happens, I'm like, oh, but I have 2 other characters that I've been neglecting. And so I'm going to go do things on that. Or, hey, we're supposed to go do this later. I'm going to go try to do this. Or, hey, I should probably clean out my fucking vault because you guys gave me 100 spaces and it's full of guns I'm never going to use. Let's be honest.
Oh, once we're finished with this, I have one last thing
Well, we
wanna
gotta
go
need to
into-
wrap it up. So like,
But, like,
I will do this
like,
now.
I completely
Okay.
understand. I completely understand
let's
taking
go.
a break, supporting your mental health, drink your water, all that stuff. I 100% am for it. You can ask me anytime. I'm always an open inbox, an open shoulder, an open ear to cry on. Whatever you need to do, just tell me you need a body. I'll just sit in a party with you and be background noise, and you can laugh at how absolutely fucking ridiculous I am in real life. It's like, but I'm also that person that doesn't really take a break from this game, and I'm bad about that. My partner will especially comment on that because they get upset that I don't play anything else. I'm only on this game all the time. Entirely too much.
But regarding your vault, you know that roll you said you'd save? That gun you said, you're like, yeah, this will come handy later. No, it won't. You
right,
can
there was
delete it.
another hot take where
It's
it was like you
okay.
could delete almost your whole vault
Mhm.
and it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like legitimately.
Especially
like
with crafting now, where it's like most of the seasonal guns are craftable. As long as you can get those crafted rolls, most of the guns that are coming out now are better than the old ones. Maybe except for like a handful of guns.
like in
But
like
other
the,
than that,
yeah.
who cares?
And don't get me
At
wrong.
this point,
Oh god.
don't get me wrong, but the only thing you should be keeping in your vault is exotics, crafted weapons, the few weapons that like are hard to drop, and you have that random the trials weapons, and
Mhm.
then armor. Because I
And
feel
don't
like
get it
having
twisted.
a lot of armor is worth it because of all the build crafting you can do with it.
Right. And like, don't get it twisted. There's things like Plug One and Hothead, like ISOL and Summoner that are leaving this season. Like, and you'll have
Right.
content creators that are telling you, go get that. But you don't need that. You need a solar auto rifle, go play Europa missions. Get you an Arctic Haze. You need a rocket launcher, go get you a Huscow from Prophecy Dungeon. Like,
Or you can go play Vault of Glass. That's free to play. You can get Keys and Vengeance.
Well, I was saying because like they needed an arc one. Like I'm just saying like if you need something, we can make it happen. Like if anybody ever pulls some old school like need Galahorn or Kick out of an LFG type crap, come right with us. The like if you like we will include the link to the clan down below. You gotta just like DM us on Twitter or something like that. Let us know what your name
TikTok,
is.
like my TikTok's
Twitter,
rolling up now.
You know,
Go follow me on TikTok.
It's all pulled up on TikTok. Like we're gonna have the host page, the host page is set up on the website cosmojumpradio.com, like already set up soon. So make sure you check that out for like everything. But you know, just take care of yourself. Don't stress too much. Get excited for new content. And just be hyped, y'all. Be hyped. Destiny is thriving right now. Like we always say, don't forget you can follow us on TikTok with our personals. We'll have the link below. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Cosmodrome Radio. That way you know when we get when content drops, when we post new episodes. Heck, we were even retweeting the TWAB today, and some folks were shouting at us. So make sure you do that. Make sure you rate us on Spotify. Most people are listening to us on Spotify. Thank you. We have like over 100 different listeners across
We love
Spotify.
you on
So
Spotify,
we
Apple
love
Podcasts.
you. Yeah, so like check us out for real. We appreciate y'all. And just help us grow this show. We want to like get more guests on. We want to like do things and have fun. We got one guest coming up, that y'all should get excited for. Just like get hype and enjoy the content.
Next week is gonna be a banger.
Next week is gonna be a lot because we got a lot going on next week, and it's gonna be like literally me and Toll are gonna like the minute we record next week are going to bed because we gotta get up and do the raid. So get ready for that. But we will catch you folks next week. Right here at Cosmodrome Radio. I'll catch you Starside, folks.
Bye.
Peace out, yo.